Hello everyone, welcome to Apelian the Mysterious Point. Today we will discuss further questions on mathematical physics which may come in BARC exam. If A vector is equal to position vector, where R is a position vector, then divergence of A is equal to. If we will calculate the divergence of A, then we will get 3. So D is the correct answer. We will solve these questions in further videos. For a vector field A, the identity curl of A equals to. So the curl of A is equal to the gradient of divergence of A minus Laplacian of A. So C is the correct option. Next question. If curl of A is 0 in a simply connected region, then A can be written as, see, if the if the curl of some field is 0, then that field can be written as gradient of some scalar function phi. So option C is correct, gradient of phi. Which of the following field is necessarily conservative? So the condition of conservative field is the curl of that field is 0. So curl of A is equal to 0 is correct option, option C. If A is equal to r cap, then divergence of A is. So if we will calculate this, then we will get C as correct option. So we will solve these questions in our further videos. The circulation of a vector field around a closed loop is 0 if the vector is, see, we already seen this that circulation of a field is 0 means the curl is 0. So for the field uh, for which curl is 0 is conservative. So option C is correct. Next question. Which theorem is used to convert a surface integral into a line integral? So Stokes theorem, in which we can convert surface integral into line integral. Green's theorem is applicable in. We earlier did this question. So Green's theorem is applicable in plane regions, 2D. Next question. If divergence of A is equal to 0 and curl of A is equal to 0, then A satisfies Laplace equation. We will solve this how A satisfies Laplace equation if the divergence is 0 and curl is 0 in our further videos. Next question. The physical meaning of curl is related to. So physical meaning of curl is related to circulation density. Option C is correct. Next question. For electrostatic fields, the curl of electric field is 0. So option B is correct. Next question. Which operator converts a scalar into a vector? So the gradient operation converts a scalar function into vector. So option C is correct. Which of the following is not true? So we have to see which of the following is not true. If we will solve all this and we use different properties, then we will get to know that the option D is not true. Actually, this question we did earlier as well. This is direct property. There should be one more term besides Laplacian A. Next question. If phi satisfies Laplace equation, then phi is. So if phi satisfies Laplace equation, that is the divergence, its divergence as well as curl 0. So that function is called harmonic. So phi is harmonic. Option A. Gauss theorem fails when? Gauss theorem fails when field has singularities. So option C is correct. Next question. The divergence theorem is also called Gauss theorem. So the divergence theorem is also called Gauss theorem, option C. Next question. If Laplacian phi is equal to 0, then phi represents. So the phi represents potential in charge-free region. Option B is correct. Which coordinate system is most suitable for a point charge? See, point charge has a spherical symmetry, so we can use spherical coordinates here. So option C is correct, spherical. Next question. A vector whose magnitude changes but direction remains constant. So a vector whose magnitude changes but direction remains constant is a variable vector. Option C. Next question. The Jacobian vanishes when Jacobian vanishes when transformation is singular. So option B is correct.